Hi friends, in this video I will explain you how to configure multi-factor authentication by using OATH TOTP authentication module in OpenAI. Okay, before going to practical setup, I will show you, I will explain you what is OAuth and what is TOTP. Okay, go to the next slide. So what is OAuth module? OAuth module will be used for multi-factor authentication, that is MFA. So it is a two times user identification validation. It's a what is a TOTP? It's a time-based one-time password. Generally, you have seen that OTP cuts. So that OTP, once you will get the OTP into your mobile or into your mail, so it will be valid for 5 minutes or 10 minutes like that. So, but what is the TOTP? It's like a time based. Every 5 seconds or 10 seconds, the OTP will be generated as a new one. Okay, what is multi-factor authentication? It's an authentication technique. Users provide multiple forms of identification when logging into the OpenAI. So not only OpenAI, into any website. So user provide multiple forms of identification. That is called as a multi-factor authentication or second factor authentication. And one-time password on your phone. So how the one-time password on your phone, how it will work, I will explain you. OTPs involve a shared secret stored both on the phone and the server, because the OTP will be shared to the mobile device and the OTP will be shared in the server also, because in the next step we have to validate the enter the OTP whether it is a correct or not. Okay, OTP can be generated on a phone without internet connectivity. So the TOTP, we can generate the OTP without internet connectivity. Okay, so even if you lost the phone also, the your credential will be secured. Okay, OTPs should always be used as a second factor of authentication. If your phone is lost, your account is still secured with a password. Okay, Google Authenticator or other client apps allow you to store multiple OTP secrets and provision those using a QR code. Okay. So what are the prerequisites for the configuration of OAuth TOTP in OpenAI? Okay. So we need Java 1.8 and we need Python and we need Tomcat. So yeah, so I will tell you step by step how to configure. So in your system, I think already we have installed Java 1.8. If not installed, okay, you can install Java 1.8 by seeing the video links in the channel. Okay, and Python we need to install. So Python installation video also I have uploaded into the Narayana tutorial channel, so you can go through that and you can install. Okay, it's a very simple installation. And Tomcat also I have uploaded already videos into Narayana tutorial channel, so see you can see the video and you can install Tomcat. And we need OpenAM, and OpenAM also OpenAM installation also video uploaded, so you can go through the OpenAIM installation video. Okay, so these four softwares need to be installed before going to configuration of the OAuth and TOTP. Okay, yeah, go to the next step. So how to do Python setup? So Python installation. After Python installation, we have to do PyOTP package, which is created for the OTP TOTP generation purpose. Okay. So by using this following command, pip install PyOTP. So by executing this command, you can install the PyOTP package. Okay. I will show you how to install in the next. Okay, so you have a PyOTP reference links. You can go through these links. You can understand what is the package of PyOTP. You'll understand. Okay. So how to do py OTP? Okay, so we have step by steps. Step 1, generate random string. Okay, create one Python file. Okay, in that Python file you can write it this program, you can generate one random string. Next, step 2 is base64 encode. We have to encode base64. So copy these lines, write this code into your Python file and execute the Python file. So you will get the base64 encoded string. So I will show you the practically. Okay. And step 3, generate Google Auth URL. So after generating this base64 encode string, we can generate the Google Auth URL. So by using this code, we can generate the Google Auth URL. So next, step 4 is generate X value for user level configuration, which is required to configure in the OpenDJ. So this is a step 4. So we have to generate some value, X value. So that is required to configure in the OpenDJ. Okay. This is the code. You can write it into Python file and you can execute the Python file. And yeah, here step 5, generate QR code. So how to generate QR code? So we have many website to generate QR code online. So here Google already providing one online QR code generation link. Okay, like that we can pass it here. I have given chat.googleapis.com so on, and channel CHL equal to https narayana.com. So then it will generate one QR code. So we have given the parameter description, CHS, chart size, like chart type, how chart image size means what is the QR code image size, and what is the chart type, whether it is a QR or barcode, like that chart line. Okay, data to converts into QR code. Okay, chart output encode, so how it will be like a UTF by default. Okay, so if you need any encryption, like it is like a star like that, you are coming, it is coming in the QR code. So that is a what type of like a encode. So by default it is a UTF-8. So you can give shift underscore GIS like that, ISO 8859-1 also. Okay, and I have given some online QR code generation URLs also. You can use that one. So sixth step, OTP creation validation. So by using this code, so here base 32 secret. So in the previous fourth step, we have generated the base 32 bit base 32 secret ID. So by using that uh, secret ID, we can generate the TOTP, that is a time-based OTP, and we can validate now also. Okay, by using this code, I will show you in the practical. Okay, so in the coming to the OpenAIM level configuration. So how to configure a TOTP configuration in OpenAIM. Step 1. So auth authentication module configuration. Step 2, map the following parameters. So we need some attributes extra we need to create in the OpenDJ, but currently we are not creating the new attributes, but we are going to using existing attributes of users to configure the TOTP, like a telephone number. So that attribute you are using inside the secret key attribute, employee number, counter attribute, description, last login, postal address. Okay, now I will show you the practical how it will configure. Okay. Yeah. First of all, start the OpenAIM application. Okay, start the OpenAIM server, then log in into administrator. So before going to showing OpenAIM level configuration, I will show you TOTP, PYTP in. Okay, like a steps, PYOTP steps. Okay. So first we need to install pipe installation PYOTP. Okay, how to do that one? Okay. So in my system already I have installed Python. So open the command prompt. So you can check the Python is installed or not. Yeah, Python 3.8.3 installed. Okay. Now we have to type py. So you can see the command py in pip uh, install py otp. Okay, the same command. So enter the hit button. Enter the button. So pip is showing is not recognized internal or external command operable. So we need to do some setup. I will show you. Yeah, the pipe is not recognized. So here the problem here is we may not set up the uh, Python path in the Python installation path in the environment variable. So let's first we will set this path environment variable. Go to path here. Yeah, you have to set like this. Okay, this is the our this is the Python installation folder. Okay, this is the so C drive users app data local program Python. Inside the Python this folder. So there is a scripts. Okay, here there is a pipe and pipe 3.8 pipe 3. So you can use any one of the command. So but I'm using here a pipe. Okay, so this path we need to set in the environment variable. Okay, if you see here, so this is the path I have set it here. Okay, click on okay. So after that start the command prompt. Okay, now type pipe install py otp. So enter. It may take few seconds. So requirement already satisfied PYTP in so generally it is already I have installed, so that's why it is showing like that. So in your system it will show successful install like that. Okay, so after that, so go to, so I have created this I have created all the steps in one by one, so I will show you like a generate random string. I have created already Python files. I will show you. See here, I have created 5 files. One is the random string generation, second is the base 64 encode and Google Auth URL and Helix and validation. Okay, so open this file. Let's see what it is. Okay, this is import random string x equal to empty join this Python code. So we can execute this Python code. Okay, so yeah, we can execute here. We'll close this all the windows. Okay, so go to this path. So I will increase the size, properties. Okay, now go type cd, go to D drive. Yeah, now we are in the TOTP Python folder. Now first file is one random string. Okay, so py one random string. Okay, so this is a one random string. Copy this random string, put it into somewhere, some other location. So I will put it here. This is the one random string. Okay, random string. Okay, next step, go to encode, open this base 64 encode here. So here we have to put it our random string here. Okay, so take this random string here, put it here. Okay, pasting here. So now save this file and execute that file py to file name. So this is the encoded string. base 64. Okay, you can remove this b for hyper apostrophe s. Okay, we have to remove last trailing equal operators and all. Okay, so this is my final base 64 encoded string. Okay, so what is the next step? Third step is, so generate the Google OAuth URL. So this is the API. We generate the TOTP OAuth, Google Auth URL. Okay, so here we have to pass our encoded string. Copy this line, this keyword, and paste it here. So here you can give any name, like any test OTP, like this, any name, issue name, anything you can give. Like I'm giving example here, like you can give Narayana, okay, tutorial test OTP Narayana tutorial. It's okay, test OTP. Save this file and go to command prompt, execute file, third one. Okay, Google auth url.py. See here, the URL has been generated like this. Paste it here. URL OTP auth, TOTP Narayana tutorial test OTP secret key. So okay, this is the our Google Auth. So by using this one, you can generate the QR code. Okay, how to generate the QR code? Here I have given some examples, correct? Online websites. So yeah, so I will show a very simple example instead of giving that one. Go qr.me. Okay, go qr.me. Go qr.me. So now here you can paste it, this URL. Okay, Google Auth URL. So here now you can see here right side live preview, the QR code is generated. So you can download this one, and you can, if you so you can download this one. So in this website providing some more features, like what is the size and all you need, like this. So but here you have to download. Before downloading, download is not required at all. So in your mobile you have to install Google Auth client. Okay, so in mobile you have to install Google Auth client. Okay, that is a Google Authenticator app. Go to the go to Play Store. In the Play Store, search Google Authenticator and download and install into your Android mobile or in Mac mobile. So after installing Google Authenticator, just scan this QR code. So there one account will be created automatically. There you can see the our TOTP code generation every 30 seconds. Okay. So this is the QR code generation. Okay, so this QR code generation internally it is generating TOTP in the Google Authenticator mobile app. The same way here we have a Python internally we have a this one. Okay, validation. So it will generate the TOTP according to the time basis. Okay, so next fourth step I will show you. Next fourth step. So fourth step, open this file. So here we have to give what is this base encoded URL. Okay. Base encoded URL, not a base encoded URL. It is a random string we have to give here. Just a second. Yeah, here we have to give random string. Okay, random string. What is the random string here? Take this random string, paste it in the lx.py file. Okay, paste it here. So in the Google Auth URL, we are giving encoded string. In the LX file, we are giving a random string. So just don't confuse. Be careful here. Okay. Now go to command prompt and type py fourth step. So this is the string. This string we have to use in the OpenDJ level. So I will store here. Sorry. LX DJ. I'm putting name like this. So you can remove B hyphen B colon. Okay. So this is the string we have to give in the OpenDJ user attribute level. I will show you how to give. Okay. This is the fourth step. What is the fifth step? We can validate the OTP. Okay. You can open this one. Okay. See here base 32 string. We have to give this encoded string. Okay. What is that encoded string? So this is the my string. Okay. Copy this one and paste it here. Okay. Save it and go to here. Command prompt. Type py. What is the step? Now it is the fifth step. Now let's see. So generated 631962 generated. Okay. So see. Okay. So within like 30 I think is 15 seconds it will take to generate the new OTP. Okay. That's why you can see I'm executing very fastly. So it is showing the same one. So after 15 seconds it will be generated new OTP. Okay. It's not a 50 second, it's a 30 seconds. Okay. Now see the TOTP changed. Okay, time basis. Okay, every 30 seconds the TOTP will be changed. Okay, now how to configure this changes into OpenAM. Okay, now log in into the OpenAM. Okay, AM admin. So you can log in into OpenAM by using AM admin username and password. So here we have a two realms. Go to employee realm. So we are going to configuring in the employee realm. Okay. Go to authentication. Go to modules. Okay. So here we have a modules. Click on add modules. Test OAuth. Okay. Test OAuth. Select OAuth module. Okay. OAuth. So click on create. See here we have authentication level 0, one time pass. These are the parameters we have. See here we have two types of algorithms, OAuth algorithms to use. Here we have to select the TOTP. Okay. So here there is some attributes, secret key attributes, counter attribute, and what you will say last line attributes and clock drift attributes. Okay, these are the four parameters. Generally in the OpenDJ level we need to create the new attributes for this specific requirement, but I am not going to creating these four new attributes in the OpenDJ. I am going to using the existing and not using generally for the configuration of user. So those attributes are so telephone number, like I can give telephone number attribute name in the secret key, okay. And next counter attribute name I will give employee number. After that last login time I can give description and clock drift postal address. Okay, now click on save changes. After configuration of this test OAuth, now we have to make it in the chain. Okay, go click on chains left side, add chain, test OAuth chain. Okay, so take this name into notepad. We can use the name for the next future purpose. Okay, click on create. Now here add module. So first select the data store. This is the normal authentication module. It's a required. Click on OK. Again, this is the one level of user validation. It's like a username and password validation. Now I'm going to adding the one more module, that is a TOTP module, that is OAuth 2. Test OAuth is also required. Okay. So here two-factor authentication. One is the username and password validation, and second one is the TOTP validation, that is the OTP validation. Okay, click on save changes. Okay, before going to start the testing, go to identities. In the identities, open any one of the user. Now suppose I have opened the Narayana. So here okay, so go to, I will check that existing demo user. So in the telephone number attribute, so we have to give our LX open DJ. I have saved here, correct? So we have to give this name, this value into telephone number. Why you have to give into the telephone number? Let's go to one more time verification. Let's go to our modules, test OAuth. Here you can see secret key attribute. So what is we have given here? Telephone number. So secret key attribute name we have given telephone number, so that we have to give Helix encrypted string into telephone number attribute in the user level. Go to identities, go to Narayana. So here we have telephone attribute. Here we have to give this Helix encrypted string into here. After pasting here, click on save changes. Okay, now open new private window. So we can test it here also, no problem. So click on log out. Okay, now you have to change your URL because of we have configured the setup in the employee realm. Okay, like a realm employee and service. So the chain name is we have to give here. The chain name is test OAuth chain here. Enter. Okay, now enter the username Narayana, password. After entering here, click on login button. See here it is asking one-time password. So go to, so right now I'm not going to showing in the through mobile, because of mobile I'm not able to recording the screen here. So that's why I'm getting this TOTP from the Python script. Okay, now take this Python, this value. Okay, 290, copy paste here. See, now we are able to log in. Okay, now one more time I will show you how to do this one. So we can generate the TOTP in two ways right now. By using Python file, we can generate the TOTP, or in mobile. Yeah, so yeah, in the previous I told, correct, Google Authenticator we have to install in mobile. So there Google Authenticator will generate the same TOTP whatever you are generating in our system. Okay, because of both are the algorithms are same. Okay, both algorithms are same generating the TOTP. So I am unable to showing a mobile video, mobile Google Authenticator app. So that's why I'm showing here Python generating TOTP. So we have to use this TOTP and put it into our OpenAM page. Okay, now again login into one more time. Okay, type Narayana admin. My password is admin1234. Click on login. Now it will generate one TOTP in the server side, in the OpenAM server side. Okay, so the same, because of both OpenAM and Python and Google Authenticator, the three components are generating same TOTPs using same algorithms. So that's why we can use. So we can use that TOTP entering in the OpenAM. That OpenAM also internally stored that TOTP, correct? It will validate the TOTP entered correct or not. Okay. click on login. Now the TOTP is generated. Now go to your, so this is my TOTP. So paste it here. Okay. So authentication failed means time might be expired. Next again you can see, because every 30 seconds it will be generated new OTP. And you can see, okay, 678. Copy paste it here. Now see, you are able to log in into the application successfully. So you are entering first username and password. Once your username and password successful, then it is asking TOTP. So the TOTP we are generating from Python script and giving that TOTP into the OpenAIM application to validate. Okay. Yeah. So this is a multi-factor authentication by using OAuth and TOTP authentication module in OpenAI. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. Please share comments and subscribe to get latest videos for ForgeRock technology stack. Okay, thank you.